Virginia basketball versus Stanford game preview. Score prediction coming off of a disappointing loss at Cal on Wednesday night. Virginia will look to get things back on track and conclude its West Coast trip with a win when the Cavaliers take on Stanford on Saturday afternoon in Palo Alto, California. Read on for a full preview of Virginia versus Stanford, including game details and notes, an opponent scouting report, what to watch for, and a score prediction for Saturday's matchup. Stanford leads Virginia 7-1 in the all-time series that dates back to 1991. UVA's lone win against the Cardinal came in the 1992-1993 season at University Hall, where the Cavaliers prevailed 72-48. Stanford has a 6-game winning streak in the series against Virginia and is 4-0 against UVA in Palo Alto. Virginia and Virginia Tech are the first ACC teams to make the trip out west to take on Cal and Stanford this season. The Hokies lost to the Cardinal on Wednesday and will face the Golden Bears on Saturday, while UVA fell to Cal on Wednesday and will take on Stanford on Saturday. Virginia is 1-5 away from Charlottesville this season and 0-3 in true road games, including a 75-61 loss at California on Wednesday night. Stanford is in its first season under new head coach Kyle Smith, who spent the last 5 years at Washington State, where he went 94-71 overall, including a 25-10 record, a second-place finish in the Pac-12, and an NCAA tournament appearance and win in 2023-2024. The Cardinal won their first 6 games, but were untested until suffering a pair of 7-point losses to Grand Canyon and Cal Poly. Stanford bounced back with 3 straight wins, which included an 89-81 win over Cal in the first ACC matchup for both programs, but then suffered 3 consecutive losses to Oregon, Clemson, and Pittsburgh before getting back in the win column with a 70-59 victory over Virginia Tech this past Wednesday. Stanford is led by one of the best centers in the country in 7-0, senior Maxime Reynaud, who is 9th in the nation in scoring, leads the ACC in scoring and rebounding, and leads the nation in double-doubles with 12. A native of Paris, France, Reynaud is the ultimate matchup problem, averaging 20.7 points and 11.6 rebounds per game, and also shooting 37.5% from beyond the arc. To say the UVA front court is going to have its hands full with Reynaud is putting it mildly. Starring alongside Reynaud are a pair of double-digit scoring guard transfers in Jaden Blakes and Ozia Sellers. A 6'2" guard and Duke transfer, Blakes is averaging 14.8 points per game and is also the team's offensive facilitator, dishing out 5.3 assists per game. Sellers transferred to Stanford from USC, and the 6'5" guard is averaging 14.1 points per game and shooting 39.7% from 3 as the team's best 3-point shooter. Rounding out the starting 5 are 6'6" guard Ryan Agarwal, 7.1 PU, 5.3 ARP, and 6'8" forward Chisholm Opara, 6.0 PG, a transfer from Harvard. 4 players are averaging double-digit minutes off the bench for the Cardinal, but the most notable is 6'0" guard Benny Gila, who averages 6.6 points per game and gives Stanford another quality perimeter shooter, converting on 35.8% of his attempts from beyond the arc. And Virginia, on Wednesday night against Cal, the Cavaliers faced one of the best scorers in the country in Andrej Stojakovic, who was held to 4 points in the first half before erupting for 19 points in the second half. Now, Virginia faces another of college basketball's most prolific scorers. Only this time it'll be the UVA front court that will be put to the test by Maxime Reynaud. The Cavaliers haven't quite figured out how to get the most out of their front court on either end of the floor, but particularly on defense, where Jacob Kofi and Blake Buchanan have frequently gotten themselves in foul trouble. We'll see if Ron Sanchez gives Anthony Robinson an early chance to defend Raynaud if Kofi and Buchanan are struggling. Wednesday night's loss might have been the nail in the coffin for Virginia's already dwindling NCAA tournament hopes. Nothing short of an NC State-esque run to the ACC tournament title will allow the Hoos to go dancing in March. But that doesn't mean UVA can't make something of this season. How Ron Sanchez and the Cavaliers respond on Saturday against Stanford will indicate a lot about where the morale of this team is at this point. Former UVA lacrosse All-American defenseman Cole Kastner is now a member of the Stanford men's basketball team. He has played just 1 minute this entire season, so it's very unlikely he'll see the court. But if it's a blowout in either direction, keep an eye out for No. 9 on Stanford, a former national champion on the lacrosse field at Virginia. Stanford is a better team than Cal, who pulled away from UVA in the second half with ease on Wednesday night. But Virginia is capable of beating Stanford on Saturday. It will take the kind of complete 40-minute performance